I get a lot of requests for Doraemon. For better or worse, I've kind of become the expert when it comes to Doraemon's English dubs. In one video earlier this year, I teased another video about Doraemon with this mysterious DVD. I figure while I'm here, we'll do a few more too. And stay tuned until the end because I have news about one dub that isn't reported anywhere on the internet. Firstly, let's look at the DVD I teased in a previous video. This is Doraemon ABC de Hiking, or Doraemon Hiking in ABCs, or something to that effect. This DVD is part of a series titled Doraemon to Issho. It originally came out on January 9th, 2008, but was reprinted on March 3rd, 2017 too. Truth be told, I bought this DVD back in September of 2020 and just never got around to making a video about it. What separates this OVA from other Doraemon English learning sets is that the cast primarily speaks in Japanese, whereas in the VHS sets we discussed, Doraemon speaks in Japanese only briefly, and in Doraemon's English world he doesn't speak in Japanese at all. So compared to the VHS sets and English world, this OVA feels the most like a regular episode of the anime. The video is 26 minutes long and follows the gang going hiking in a foreign country. When they arrive in the middle of a random forest via the Dokodemo door, they encounter two stereotypical, presumably American children not unlike Emily from Doraemon's English world. When I say stereotypical, I mean stereotypical.
Oh, Japanese! Samurai! Ninja!
These kids are Beth and George, and, big surprise, they speak fluent English. Doraemon could give everyone a translation tool so they're all on the same page, but instead Doraemon acts as an interpreter.
Well, that wasn't all that great.
Beth and George invite Doraemon and friends to their grandpa's farm, and their grandpa happens to be the farmer of legend, Old MacDonald. Also, he twerks in this video. Kinda disturbing. Beth is performed by Rumiko Varnes. If that name sounds familiar, that may be because this isn't Varnes' first role in the Doraemon universe. She played Nobita, Shizuka, Nobita's mom, and fittingly enough, Emily in Doraemon's English world. As for George, he's voiced by Dario Toda. Additional voices for background characters and extra vocals for songs are provided by Helen Morrison. Now, Doraemon actually does speak in English in this video. Who do you think voices him? Is it A. Eric Kelso, B. Jerry Sorrells, C. Sarah Hauser, or D. Mona Marshall? Time's up. If you answered any of the above, you are wrong. Doraemon's English voice in this video is the 2005 actress herself, Wasabi Mizuta.
Hello! How are you?
In fact, every character in the main cast speaks in English at some point, all performed by their original actors. Granted, most of the other cast members don't speak many lines in English. Doraemon does the heavy lifting in that regard, and even his English lines are rather limited.
My name is Nobita. My name is Shizuka.
My name is Takeshi.
My name is Suneo.
A major part of Doraemon Hiking in ABCs is public domain songs and a few original tunes adapted to fit into the quote-unquote story told. There is a song about introducing oneself set to the tune of London Bridge is Falling Down.
Hello, hello, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
A cover of the alphabet song.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
And a less racist version of 10 Little Indians titled 10 Little Mini Doras.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little mini dress, 4.
The DVD comes with a booklet with lyrics to the songs, again just like the tapes from many years prior. Overall, this DVD is a fine little outing for the blue robot cat and his friends, where it's a simplistic story with English lessons and songs mixed in. But as far as being educational, it's fine I guess. It gets the job done. There's one more English entry to the Doraemon to Issho DVD series, Magical ABC. I'm not going to confirm or deny it, but I may have bought it while writing this video to see what's on it, so stay tuned for that one. Now let's knock out a quick one and one most people will probably know about. Stand By Me Doraemon is finally available to American viewers. It came out on December 24th, 2021 on Netflix. 7 years after production, has it really been that long now? In any case, the film is uncut, blood, panties, and all. Additionally, Netflix US posted a dub of the sequel movie Stand By Me Doraemon 2. This dub features all of the original cast members with only one recast. Dora Fine is now the voice of Nobi's mom instead of Mary Devon. I didn't even notice when I watched the movie.
Care to explain yourself? I found this under your desk! is quite enough! Not only did you get a 0 on your test, but you tried to hide it! Is that the type of person I raised you to be?
The dub team had an actual kid play young Nobi, 10-year-old Vedantan Naidu. Seeing kid actors perform in dubs is a rarity these days, and this is his third role following Dev in Adventures in the Molar System and Emerson in Stan Lee's Superhero Kindergarten.
All right, honey, it's time for Daddy to go to work.
Okay, have a good day at work, darling. And don't forget your
Wow,
lunch.
thanks a lot.
Well, isn't that sweet?
The movie dub is good, but I could tell some actors were getting back into the swing of things. Not that I can blame them, given it's been 6 years. Yeah, the last dub thing they did was season 2 in 2015. Still hard to believe it's been that long now. An interesting dub change in Stand By Me Doraemon 2 is Shizuka/Sue's last name. In the Disney XD dub, her last name is Morris, like her voice actress Cassandra Lee Morris. But now it's reverted to Minamoto, her last name in the Japanese version. Weird. Worth noting is both of these movies use the standard international logo instead of the one used when it aired on Disney XD. This goes for Doraemon brand Dorayaki released in the States too. I mentioned this movie to KG Tang when I saw him at a recent con, and he was so happy that everyone got back together to do another Doraemon project. I guess it goes to show how much the cast enjoys the franchise. Hopefully more English Doraemon content starts coming out soon. If you have a Netflix account, give these a look. One dub I've received many comments about since releasing my original 2 Doraemon videos back in 2020 is a dub of Doraemon originating from India that aired in 2019 and 2020. Nobody knows much about it other than it aired for a few episodes before being pulled off the air. It's much better than a lot of dubs that come out of India like Ninja Hattori-kun or Chibi Maruko-chan, but still has oddities to it. First, everyone speaks in a strange faux British accent. The choice makes 0 sense.
You're being lazy, son. It's a nice day. Why don't you go play outside?
Second, Doraemon himself has a few noteworthy attributes. We've got another mispronunciation of his name, this time being Doraemon, which is, well, I think it's a step up from the regular Doraemon, so I give credit where it's due. But also, Doraemon is voiced by a male.
Several ghosts will perform several tasks for us. They're your friends. If they're friends, don't be afraid of them.
Other dubs have done this, like the Voiceovers Unlimited dub and The Adventures of Albert and Sidney, so it's not super off-putting, but you know what is super off-putting? Third, Jayan is voiced by a woman. This big, hulking kid, who is usually voiced by gruff-sounding men, is voiced by a woman, and it doesn't sound fitting.
Did you see how that lame Nobita was screaming?
He was so terrified.
Oh yeah, he's a real scaredy cat.
Huh?
Put in the comments, do you know any other dubs where Jayan has a female voice? I'm not as familiar with foreign Doraemon dubs, so let me know. Otherwise, everyone that is on the cast is generally inoffensive. They all have decent voices with subpar acting. Lip flaps aren't followed well as one would expect from a low-budget dub, but yeah, overall, this dub isn't horrible, just weird.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
I have info about a dub nobody has reported online. And this dub is by Omni Productions. When I was talking to Colin Shevlov about Cyborg Kuro-chan, he made a passing comment about Doraemon, and me being me, I couldn't leave that unexplored. But don't just take my word for it.
Japanese samurai drama with all like super kind of like macho and really, really cool. Really stylized to just, you know, Doraemon and all sorts of really fun stuff.
Oh, did you work on Doraemon?
Yeah.
Do tell.
Yeah, we did Doraemon for a while. Yeah, that was in that period, I guess.
Do you remember what you exactly worked on as far as Doraemon and what you did? Because this is news to me.
Directing. I remember Gemma was Gemma Doraemon.
And then with Doraemon, you said someone named Gemma?
Yeah, Gemma.
What's the last name?
What was Gemma's last name? Gemma was from Scotland.
Scotland.
What was Gemma? Yeah, I don't know what became of Gemma, actually. I feel like she went back to the UK at some point, but I really lost track of her. She stopped working with it. Like, there were people that were with the company and then, you know, weren't with the company in later phases. And so Gemma was there for that period.
Doraemon was performed by an actress named Gemma, although Colin can't remember her last name. Could it be Gemma McLean? Well, that's where it gets tricky. Colin didn't mention a specific time window of this dub of Doraemon, but if it predates Saikuro, then it very well could be Gemma McLean, as she worked for Omni up until the late 90s. That sets this dub between the mid to late 90s. Darren Pleven doesn't remember Gemma's last name either, but he did mention she and Harry Coombs often received lead roles back then. This matches a statement that Craig Allen made in an interview about his time at Omni, so it is possible Gemma McLean is the voice of Doraemon in this dub. I don't want to say anything for certain until I have 100% confirmation though. And I know this will come as no surprise, but no footage of this dub exists. So, yay, another Last Doraemon dub! I'll try digging around online for more answers, but I make no promises. Oh, I guess I could say one more thing before we go. This summer, I learned the identity of the voice of Shizuka/Lucy in The Adventures of Albert and Sidney. She still has contact with Michael Rudder, who voiced Sidney's dad, so we figured we'd try to see if he remembers anything. I sadly report, he remembers nothing of this dub. Remember, this dub was so long ago, it's faded in a lot of people's memories. Both voice directors have long since passed away, and even the kids in the show recall only so much. But here's to hoping more Albert and Sidney info comes to light. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought of all these dubs and other projects. Happy holidays, and I hope you enjoyed this little present from me to you. Shout out to all of my patrons and Twitch subscribers. Supporters on either platform got to see this video early, so if you'd like to watch my stuff early, gain access to my exclusive Discord server, and have your name on the screen here, please consider supporting me on either platform. And special thank yous go to everyone that donated during Extra Life 2022. Andrew Bergman, Cyber's Room, Janet L, Joe D, Matt, Project Scion, and Straw Hat Ryan, and all other donors of Extra Life 2022. Until next time, take care.